thanks for tuning into another edition of Chatting with CHA, a series featuring interviews with CHA's industry thought leaders. I'm Adria Campbell, Marketing Communications Specialist, and today I'm pleased to be joined by two of our thought leaders, Jbirenbaum, Business Practice Leader for Commercial Services, and Delwyn Williamson, Director of Cost Estimating. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Jeff and Delwyn, cost estimating is essential in determining the cost and resources needed for a construction project. Why is the use of specialized cost estimating services growing right now?
Thank you, Adria. I would say cost estimating, which is a subset of cost management, is becoming more prevalent in our industry because who would not want to know the cost prior to construction and design? And I'm not just speaking of hard costs, but soft costs in a development budget as well, which translates to the end user pro forma impacts and return on investment. And cost estimating brings an opportunity for value engineering and provides for analysis of scope gap. It's an opportunity to meet budgets, and it's costs less in the beginning of the design phase versus when you're in construction, when you have to get into change order mitigation and schedule impact discussions for out of work sequencing. As third-party cost estimators, we not only look at the numbers within our database for similar recent projects, but we also look at the market conditions, construction means and methods, and layer this into our takeoffs to generate our estimate. And this is also where cost management comes into play, where a quantity surveyor, QS if you will, is especially beneficial for a project. And cost management is managing all the costs of the project, which is construction administration, actual cost reports, tracking against budgets, risk logs, invoice management, and change order mitigation. A QS designation, which is a higher education degree, mostly seen in Europe, and this is what they do in and day out. So it's so beneficial to managing a project and a budget, especially for larger ones. So essentially, to wrap it up, I see the growth because stakeholders report back to the capital stack, lenders and their partners, and this is like having a crystal ball, providing that much more credibility and assurance of cost.
So Delwyn, what would you say the biggest challenges for a cost estimator are in a commercial project?
Good question, Adria. We have to follow the money. One of our biggest challenges is to translate a conceptual design thought or even an idea from the designer's head into hard construction cost dollars. Our estimate details present this translation as a project budget. Estimating is an art form, while technically being a science too. Another challenge is anticipating future construction market conditions and trends. We have to keep abreast of current and future construction volume. As you can imagine, speculating on escalation during an active pandemic is stressful for us. Effectively, managing time and pressure would be the next challenge. A client will ask, "Are you done yet?" or demand, "I needed this yesterday." Regularly, the cost estimator prepares accurate and quality estimate deliverables under time and pressure. Bottom line, cost estimating accuracy is pivotal, as dollars matter to everyone.
Absolutely. So then Delwyn, what do developers need to look for then when evaluating cost estimating services?
Evaluating cost estimating services, I would liken as a job interview. I would suggest looking at the technical ability of the proposed team, the depth of their expertise and experience, the portfolio of estimating deliverables that they have produced, whether they have projects of a similar size, type, or even program to your proposed project. I would look at past performances, not only at an estimate deliverable level, but also as a proven track record of accuracy when you would compare those estimate deliverables to bid returns, actual bid returns. And then finally, I would suggest talking to the references. And from that conversation, you should learn how well they communicate, integrate, and add to the synergy of the project team.
So finally, Jeff, can you tell us what does the future hold for cost estimating in our industry?
Look, I believe that cost estimating should be part and parcel to the development and design process, especially in the private sector. Many public entities already require cost estimating as part of their design phases. The money always looks for how a project pencils out. The end user wants to know that the project can be built per their budget, and no one likes change orders. Providing hard and soft cost estimates with accuracy mitigates exposure to cost increases, and the stakeholders recognize that. So as we navigate and educate the industry in the US, I believe we'll see more quantity surveyors involved in these projects. And as I mentioned earlier, who wouldn't want to have this arsenal in their tool chest? It's short money, especially when looking at all the other potential cost impacts without it. And we appreciate this opportunity to talk about cost management and the value it can bring to a project. Thank you again.
That's great to hear. Thank you both for joining us today. And if you would like to contact Jeff or Delwyn to learn more about cost estimating, visit chacompanies.com under Changemakers for contact information, along with this recording and other recordings of Chatting with CHA. That's going to do it for us today. We'll be chatting again soon.